G'day everyone, Jason here with a review of Master of the Universe Origins Panthor, Savage Cat, an awesome fearless fighter, removable armor, carries Skeletor into battle. So this is from the Origins series. There is Panthor in the packet, modern posing, retro play. Got some lovely artwork on the front with Tila on the unicorn, Castle Grayskull in the background with the spirit of Grayskull, and He-Man riding Battle Cat into battle. We come around the side, we've got some little dinosaurs on the side, and then we've got here the artwork. Fiercely obedient to Skeletor, Panthor carries his nefarious master into combat. And again, we've got He-Man and Man-at-Arms ready for battle. So remove battle armor, twist into powerful battle positions. And then it just shows some of the figures from the line so far. So that is Panthor. This is the non-flocked version. So let's open him up and take a look at him outside of the packet. Okay, so here is Panthor. So yeah, we've got the nice print there on the eyes. We've got the teeth. And that's an articulated jaw, I think. Yep, look at that. So it can close. The head is on a ball joint, so it can turn around. We've got a matte finish, but with some darker parts on the armor. I think it's the same as the Battle Cat armor, just in the green. And then we've got a tail here at the back, and yeah, he stands quite tall, so surprisingly solid figure. So let's have a closer look at some of the articulation. Okay, so as he's got a head that can look up and look down, and the head can turn a fair way left and right. The jaw can open, close. There's some good paint work in there. Can't really, you sort of when you turn to the side, he rotates a little bit to the side, but there's no other sort of movement in the head. And then the legs will move forward. There is nice little padded claws there. I don't think there's any outward movement on the front. It's just forward and back. It doesn't move too far back. There is a joint here which can come down about that far. Unfortunately, it doesn't have any ankle joints. It does have a rocker there. So that's a shame, because you can't you can get him to stand, I guess, but it would be nice if the foot could come sort of flat in that sort of pose. And then the back legs, they're more of a, so they can go all the way back like that. They come forward a little bit, but not much. It's not much sort of real movement in the legs. This one's more ratchety. It comes forward a little bit. We do have that joint there, so you can bend it about that far. Again, without the ankle though, it sort of makes it a bit hard. You're going to be posing it with like feet up off the actual ground. And then the tail rotates and goes up and down. So you can you could have the tail like that, or you could have it like that. You can have it swinging. So yeah, and then the armor can be taken off if you want to. Otherwise, it's a good little mold. I don't know, I just don't think you can get it sort of in a crouching sort of low position without having it sort of 1 foot up in the air, or it's going to look a bit awkward. So it doesn't have that ability to really sort of, if you had that claw that could sort of hook over, you could have it in sort of doing a striking pose and things like that. But now it just sort of looks like a sort of a really sort of effeminate sort of Hitler, Hail Hitler, sort of, like that. So yeah, that's unfortunate. But otherwise, I think, for posing in a sort of a standing position, you can get him in a good stand. You can get the feet on the ground at the back. He does stand quite tall, but I think, he does look very good, and it'll be good sort of to pose Skeletor on. So speaking of Skeletor, we've got the Origins Skeletor here. So you'll see the height. Panthor is a really good height. I always imagine these beasts being giant, sort of oversized creatures, not just standard sort of tiger size that they were riding. So let's see how he sits in the saddle. Oh, you get his little loincloth up. So yeah, he can sit on there. He can hold his Havoc staff, and he can ride off. So there he is. Yeah, he sits a bit awkward. You could probably play with his legs a bit to get them sort of splayed a little bit wider. Maybe bend the knees a bit, but no, he sits on there. It's very imposing. Obviously, it's as I said, it's a really tall beast. But I will be taking the head that comes with him. This is a spare one that I bought, and replacing it with the set from the Rise of Evil with the gems in the eyes. I think that's a much better Skeletor. I think unfortunately it's a little darker, but we'll see how it looks. So there we have Skeletor with his little glowing gem eyes. So he's in a better pose there. He's sort of sitting a bit better in the saddle. He can sort of hold on to the saddle. Unfortunately, he doesn't get too good a grip on his Havoc staff. It's coming out of his hand a bit. I don't know if there's much I can do about that. Squeeze that in, but yeah, he looks good, mounted up and ready for battle.